All right. Hello to you, friends and foes, fans of Ashes of Creation, one and all. Good to have you with me. If you don't know me yet, I am Sechari, one half of our Disparate Worlds outfit here. Thought I'd do a quick video, really to speak about my recent appearance on the Golden Feather Tavern podcast with Chibi and Virtek. I was a week ago Friday, actually. They've just posted it to YouTube, which was what I was waiting for. So I thought I'd just record a quick video to talk about what we all discussed, and maybe tease it a little for those of you who care to go and follow up about it. Go watch the video. Link will occur above my head, apparently, and will be down in the descriptions as well. So by all means, check that out. I think it's on Twitch as well. That said, I hung out with them. It was very cool. It was my first collaborative effort, really, with any Ashes of Creation content creators, and pretty good ones at that. They've been around forever. I know Chibi was a member of the recent AMA cast, asking Steven some things as well. So it was very good. It was good to hang out with him for a minute. Apparently they had somebody else scheduled, and it didn't work out. And so they, hey, Sechari, would you like to try to help us out? So I did. It was fun to hang out with them, get to know them. Hopefully there will be more in future. I know that they were also hoping to hang out with Mox. God bless him. It'll happen. We'll schedule, I think, sometime soon and see if we can get both of us on to hang out with them. It was a very good discussion. That said, I thought I'd tease a little bit about what we discussed. I know that it was very cool to actually figure out in the early part of the show that Virtek was once upon a time a Star Wars The Old Republic, also known as SWOTOR, content creator, way back in the beginning. In fact, I knew him from somewhere, and I think, hey, we worked it out. So that was very cool. We kind of figured that out. We covered a lot of stuff. What's playing on screen was what was playing, of course, during the podcast. They were showing the mage footage from the recent mage class reveal. Or deep dive, I suppose. It wasn't really a reveal, but a deep dive from Intrepid and the work that they had done on that, just to showcase some of the skills. So we spent some time talking about it. They're about to show Blink on the screen here in a moment, and that was really one of the topics that we covered was, is there possible maybe to hold the button down a little longer or a little shorter in order to control the distance that you blink, and what are the implications of that? That was one of the things we covered. Stats requirement on gear. At some point in this live stream, they bust out a greatsword, which didn't sit right with, I know, a lot of people. Like, what a mage running around with a greatsword? Should there be some kind of a tax for that? Right? Should a mage who focuses on kind of wisdom and magical stats be less effective with regard to swinging a greatsword around? Right? So, and what does that look like? We spoke some about that. Apparently, and I didn't know this until I actually looked into it, and it was a good point, there is no miss or glancing blow kind of RNG in Ashes of Creation. Every attack lands. And I thought that was wild. Actually digging into it, I was like, yeah, that is a thing. There is mitigating stats, right? You can absorb the damage, armor factors into things, but you take the damage every single time. Now, in looking things through, I wonder maybe if that was in a bit of a rudimentary state. There is a physical accuracy and a magical accuracy stat apparently planned. How do you factor in accuracy if not for chance to miss, right? So I think maybe there's more coming in, but at least as far as the game stands right now, the damage is incoming and there's really nothing you can do about it. And I know, and we even spent a moment discussing projectiles and arcs, like it's also shown in this live stream, moving around line of sight items. You can't always line of sight damage as well to use for the physical environment as a shield. So it seems like in Ashes of Creation, it's a bit of a harsh world. You're going to be taking the damage and can't always avoid it like you may want to. So we discussed that some. We switched over to talk a little bit about the Cleric class. It is the only healing class in Ashes of Creation so far. It makes me wonder if maybe sometime in the future, an expansion or some such additional healing classes may be on the table. I would love to see that, classes with some different healing like an angle, right? Like maybe more heal over time kind of focus or something. Blood magic, I know we discussed that a little bit in that as well. This is one of those, an example, right, of a healing minigame alternative. And by minigame, I mean the way that you play the class, right? Like it's to master the class is not enough just to mash the buttons. You kind of have to figure out the philosophy of it. That was the idea. What makes a good healing class? We discussed that to some degree, and then also the legitimacy of scrolls and the use of magical items in game to heal, right? Potions and scrolls. Does that diminish the desire or the need for folks to have a cleric in the party? Right. So how legitimate are clerics? How party needed are they? That was part of the discussion as well. So some good things right there. Skills and their cooldown links was something that we covered as well here in the video right now, just to showcase things. They turned off the cooldowns that applied to things, just to show us, make them spammable as essentially, but cooldowns were those appropriate lengths, and some discussion as well about legendary items. There's the plan that there may be one specific kind of exceptionally beautiful legendary item on the server at any given time, here and there, right? Like there are going to be itemization at least that has that kind of uniqueness and epicness to it. I kind of like it, as long as it doesn't give that person a complete edge over everyone else. I mean, make it be something sought after for sure. Anyway, so we discussed that, and what happens if you have one of those items and go inactive? What is an appropriate inactivity timer for that to disappear out of your inventory? A lot of people think 6 months. Some people think 6 months is too short. So was that appropriate, right? What is the thinking on that? And then some on dual wielding as well, right? Like dual wielding is apparently a weapon that you put in your main hand and it shows up in both hands. Is it a crafting discipline option that you can combine weapons into a set that you apply to your main hand and it shows up in your offhand as well? We don't know. More to come on that. So lots of cool things in the discussion. I would love for you to drop by and hang out with us and just give it a view. Of course, it's an hour and a half discussion. So if you are inclined, watch it on YouTube and turn up that speed, right, when you're commuting or whatever else. Most of the time, they were just really showing stuff that, the mage showcase that we have seen before. So would love for you to be a part of it. Definitely give it a listen. I would comment on this video with one or two items that I mentioned. Would love to hear what you think. And stand by. We are still planning some new content. Like I said, content is incoming. Marcus has been, I think, busier than me right now. I still have a huge project going on at work, so we're trying to figure out how to add some content in there in the midst of all of the stuff that we have going on. So anyway, that's the deal from me. You all stay safe. And stay tuned, and we will see if we can keep the content coming. Goodbye for now.